It's crazy. And Jamaica out here, there's a lot of, our government had apologized for forcing the nation of people here in Jamaica to take the COVID, right? Vax. And they apologized. But they had forced the people to, right? And there's a lot of drawbacks to that. And for those who took the vaccine, you know what I'm saying? So let us read. There's so much more to read here. There's Putin. Shout out to Putin. But I'm not really impressed as yet. So here's the news.
I woke up this morning, was born out in Kingston and leaving Jamaica abroad, not to England. This is my page, and the first post here you're seeing.
Yeah, people, we've got some good news, it seems, but don't get too excited as yet, man, as this is very strange. This is some strange news, man. Although for a lot of us as well, it's a 50-50 bargain, because a lot of people believe that the Russian president, Mr. Putin here, has always been a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He has been favored by the internet for many years, so he is highly loved. So, this won't be all that strange for those who love him. But for those who believe somewhat that these elites and leaders are all pawn, no matter how good they may seem to be, and that is why I think it's best to say that we should not get our hopes up, to all that, due to the fact that, history has always, shown that people are tricked a lot of times by these leaders. However, hopefully, Mr. Putin here, Honorable Putin here, is truthful and is all this much caring for the nation of people. And we've seen where the Honorable Putin have made it clear and worldwidely known that God is and has always been a black man. Christ in his kingly character was black. We've seen where Putin had put out information that has been, withheld from the public for centuries. So Putin, that is why I say it may not be strange for a lot of people to know that Putin desires the love and, by people, People really love Putin and he loves people, it seems. Now, let us take a look at the caption of this post here, right? And the post read, as a matter of fact, the post is from the account with the username explaining period, dot, full stop. Explaining full stop biology underscore, right? So this is a very educational page, it seems, right? And there's a song being played, it's saying United States of America, Caleb Bryan, Imperious. Let's listen to this song. Let's hear it for a second. No, there is no song. Hold on. There's no song, it seems like. I've been turning up the volume. There's no song, it seems like, to me. Anyway, so the post reads, read that Russia announces that cancer vaccine is ready and will be offered free of charge to all patients worldwide. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Let me read that out loud once again. It says that Russia announces that cancer vaccine is ready and will be offered free of charge to all patients worldwide. Damn, but it's so hard to see the possibilities of the patients worldwide receiving these cancer vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know that in America, the pharmaceutical business and the entirety is like a fraudulent, you know what I mean, business, you know, because there is a lot of exposing have been going on with the World Health Organization and the pharmacies, you know, selling their pharmaceutical drugs. You know, it's the business, it's like a chain of using people, you know, keeping them uneducated, keeping them from the truth of, you know, how the knowledge of healing themselves and the knowledge of healing and treating all type of illnesses, you know, which their drug, it doesn't get rid of the disease or whatever illness it is, you know, or germs or disease that infects one's body. You know, these pharmaceutical drugs, it actually hosts these bacteria that plagues us, you know, plagues our body and our health. You know what I'm saying? So this is hard to really fathom, you know what I'm saying? Fathom. It's so hard to really see the possibilities of this becoming possible, because when it reach into other countries, won't the countries put tax on it, charge the patient, you know what I mean? Because you may hear that the government have to pay this and they want back their money, you know what I mean? It's crazy. And Jamaica out here, you know, there's a lot of, well, our government had apologized for forcing the nation of people here in Jamaica to take the COVID, right? Vax. And they apologized. But they had forced the people to, right? And there's a lot of drawbacks to that. And for those who took the vaccine, you know what I'm saying? So let us read. There's so much more to read here. There's Putin. Shout out to Putin. But I'm not really impressed as yet, you know? So here's the news. And it's liked by 165K users on Instagram with 6,648 comments. Also, 6,416 reshare, reposts, and finally 56,400 sent. Well, they shared it in message, DM. You know what I'm saying? And this is crazy numbers to show how, you know, people are very excited about this, I'm sure. But we all must use intelligence when news like this, and don't be too desperate, even if you're a patient suffering from cancer, because you may be in the frying pan and you're thinking of jumping into the fire if you just freely behave desperately to try the new vaccine for the cancer treatment. You know what I'm saying? And we've been hearing stories about Russia developing a cure, you know what I mean? And other country as well, developing a cure that can totally get rid of cancer. But they're strict to this, man, because didn't they say Dr. Sebi had cured cancer, AIDS, and all these type of illnesses and diseases? So why aren't they working with the natural remedy, you know, the natural herbs of the earth, you know? But I guess these new vaccine are just the same soil and the same plant from the earth being extracted and being modified into tablets, you know? Maybe it's like that, because We had good tablets back in the days that was known to be great, like frosted cornflakes, Tony the Tiger, Tony the Team Tiger. Yeah, now let's read this. So it says breaking. Russia has announced that a new cancer vaccine is reportedly ready and may soon be offered free of charge to patients worldwide. Now there's a little drawback there again, where it says May, not June, July, we're in May, right? And it says that the new cancer vaccine is reportedly ready, right? And May, not August, not June, not July, not January, February, August, none of that. None of that. Right? May. That means that there's a there's a possibility that it may not be offered for free, right? And it may not be offered to the entire world. You know what I'm saying? But it may as well be possibly offered for free and to the worldwide globe, of people, nationwide, island wide, worldwide, continental wide. You know what I'm saying? Whichever side of the world you're on, eastern, western, northern, southern, you know. Hopefully we can all get it free if it's good and worth the risk of taking. Yeah, because you don't want to have you don't want to be battling cancer and this thing make things worse. Because we also seen people talk and speak against Dr. Sebi products, saying that it made their problem worse. You know what I'm saying? But there's always gonna be people defending the good and people bashing the good in this new social media era, and there'll always be people bashing the bad while defending the bad. You know what I mean? So it's so hard to know what's true. That is why you got to be spiritually connected. Because what is spirituality? Spirituality is knowing what's right or wrong without anyone having to tell you that that is right or that is wrong. So a lot of soulless people and body walking dead are moving around the earth now. So you got to be vigilant, got to have that spirit of discernment, to guide you through these last days, these end times, Yeah, so as they say, it may soon be offered free of charge to patients worldwide. Now, if successful, this could mark a historic breakthrough in modern medicine, giving millions of people in the fight against cancer, right? Researchers claim the vaccine is designed to help the immune system to recognize and attack cancer cells more effectively, while experts around the world are still waiting for large-scale clinical data and international verification. The announcement has already sparked massive global attention and debate. Could this be the beginning of a new era in cancer treatment? So there we also have another drawback coming forward into the concluding statement there, where it says, while experts around the world are still waiting for large-scale clinical data and international verification, Yes, so keep that in mind, that they are experts, that they are not really all too fond of putting out the news or the statement that new cancer vaccine is reportedly ready. They're expert scientists who they don't believe that it's right to put out that news as yet professionally, right, and officially, because they think it's best to follow protocol, which would be to wait on the clinical data and international verification from the WHO, World Health Organization. They're the ones with the serpent around the cross, right? So it's like the cross that Jesus had died on with the serpent wrapped around it. That is the World Health Organization logo and their trademark and their sign, like the Toyota car sign, the Honda car sign, they got their sign. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so Yeah, I think we're finished with this paragraph here that says this could be the beginning of a new era in cancer treatment. And they're saying for educational purposes only. What do they mean only for educational purposes? Like, is that why they put out the news? To educate people that they are working towards cancer treatment that is developed to attack the cancer cells in the body? You know, they had hashtag cancer vaccine, cancer research, medical breakthrough, healthcare. Let's see this: healthcare innovation and future of medicine. Right? So, what do you guys think about this? You know, Dr. Putin, we should call him now. He has attained the doctorate title, the most honorable, the most brave, one of the most brave and courageous president, right, ever in the history of mankind. The great Vladimir Putin, right? I always used to love poutine. Who knows poutine? We eat this nigga up in Canada, man, for our lives. We eat poutine, man. Poutine is light. We be eating poutine in Canada, man, from I was a child. He couldn't manage me. I was too vile. I would eat poutine on my rice, on my fries, on my gravy. It was tasty. Man, Putin ain't nobody. I'm black. I'm unstoppable. I'm an unstoppable train. I'm Muhammad Ali mixed with Martin Luther King Jr. and the senior. I'm crazy. I'm like an helicopter, the chopper. I'm like Elephant Man mixed with Vybz Kartel and them. I'm like Eminem mixed with 50 Cent and Dr. Dre and the Game Man. I'm like the G Unit, Gorilla Unit. I'm like Tarzan. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, we be eating poutine, man. It's light.